happened with your mental health?
Is there an end to slice and rice?
Baby number 3?
We're going to take the time to address some questions that we've been avoiding. A lot of these questions are questions that we just had in general and a combination of questions that you all have been asking us. So starting with the first one.
What happened with your mental health in the beginning of the year, 2023?
The beginning of the year. So I touched on my mental health.
You were kind of vague about it though, online, which is obviously fine, but...
Yeah, I was very vague. So basically, just to get a little bit closer, it was a combination of a lot of things that just built up, and then I think I just finally broke the end of 2022. But I would say it started probably 2019, right after me and Glory got married. And it wasn't nothing about our marriage, but we traveled to Arizona to visit my dad, and he was basically on the brink of dying. He was on his deathbed. Like, we found him, like he wasn't in really great shape. And this is right around the time the channel had taken off and we were doing really well, especially financially. So, you know, after a lot of consideration, we decided to fly him back home and take care of him. And it was just very difficult for me for a lot of reasons, because our relationship, it wasn't like it was the best, and it was like my first time taking care of another human. And it's still going on till this day. So it was like a mixture of that, running a business, and then obviously the world shutting down right when we were having a kid. So it was so many responsibilities. There was like anxiety of, am I making the right decisions constantly? And we never had really a break to ourselves, so we never been on honeymoon, because it's just like constant things happening in our life that we have to take care of outside of slice and rice, that I think I finally just broke and crashed. And I spent basically the whole year getting treatment. So I was on medication for depression. I was seeing 3 different therapists. And to be honest, like, I was having manic episodes, and not like physical or anything like that. I would just get overwhelmed and I would just start screaming random stuff. It was really, really rough, but my family, Glory, of course, friends, and everyone was like there to like kind of like keep me grounded. I am in a much, much better space than I was the beginning of the year, which is why you're seeing like a lot of content. I'm seeing happy comments like, oh my gosh, Matt is back. And
that's also why for a period of time you saw more videos where I was kind of like mostly in the video. Like, we had a lot of videos in a short period of time where I was just doing it. And Matt, you know, we didn't want to force him to be on the channel because we want to be our most authentic selves when we film. And if we're not, like, most, you guys would probably be able to tell. Yeah. So we'd rather just, like, you know what I mean? Like, let him breathe, but you still got to make a living, you know? So we still have videos. I struggled a lot too because I felt like everything that Matt was going through, I felt like I couldn't really talk to someone else about it because it felt so private and hard, and you know, so like I kept a lot to myself too, and I never really opened up about it. I think it was really difficult for me in that sense, but I think this past year really tested, I don't want to say tested our relationship, our marriage, but I don't know, I feel like every disagreement or argument that we have now is very maturely dealt with. Like,
yeah, it is.
We don't raise our voice. We used to, but I feel like that didn't happen until maybe middle of this year is when it kind of shifted, because I felt like because the beginning of the year was harder, we would get into a little bit more like things like back and forth a lot. Yeah. But like we kind of slowly learned how to overcome that. Yeah. Look
at us. I don't want you to think like we've never name called. No. And it's like he doesn't call me out of my name. I don't call her out of her name and stuff. It's just a lot of, this is how I feel when you do this and that. You don't understand. And like our tone is very loud, but we're not like yelling at someone.
There's lots of times Matt would be like, I don't like that you're yelling at me. And I'm like, I'm not yelling.
I know. Yeah, so that's like where it's at right now, which takes us to the next question of, is there an end to Slice and Rice? Like, are you guys going to end YouTube, your career soon?
First of all, let's remind them how long we've been doing this.
Technically since 2006.
Technically, because we both have our individual channels, but together since 2014, which is literally almost 10 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, and soon to be like 2026 will make 20 years. So.
Ew! Don't even say that. Oh my gosh, 20.
Imagine just making videos
Yeah.
for that long. Yeah, when Glory in the beginning of the year, when she did like the 3 a.m. morning routine and the decluttering video, around that time we were having serious conversations about the end of Slice and Rinse.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like mentally, it was hurting saying, I think I'm done with creating. It was hurting me because I'm a creative person. I think of like innovative new ideas that people have never seen before. But I just wasn't happy in a happy space. And since our channel is very authentically us, you know, I would read the comments and y'all would always say like, is their relationship okay? Like, is Matt okay? He seems very annoyed. But I was battling depression and I was like still trying to fight through the videos.
Yeah.
And Glory never pressured me. But for me, it was just like, this is my life. This is what I have to do. And then in the therapy treatments and stuff, they were just like, hey, you ever think about just doing something completely different? So it was like, hey, we had a conversation of, all right, what if I just work behind the scenes and just let Glory just do everything? Build up her personal channel. I would just be in the background with like helping her with ideas and like managing from that standpoint.
Which is why we started to venture out a little bit. Not why, because we've always wanted to get back to our personal channels, but I think that's maybe why you started to see a few more videos from our personal channels.
Yeah, so that was like the big question that we were dealing with. And then as I started to get better, you know, reading the Bible, and I'm just like thinking about all the blessings that God has blessed us with, and encountering y'all in person at coffee shops or just in general, and then you guys are just being vulnerable about how much our videos have meant to y'all. And it was a collective effort of like the amount of stuff that y'all going through in your personal life and how our videos temporarily made you feel good, got you through like rough seasons, maybe of a lost relationships or just stuff you're dealing with. Meeting you and just hearing how much our videos mean to you really touched my heart. And it was like, yo, I can't stop. People need our videos.
Yeah,
you know
and I don't want that to sound like your mental health is at your expense just for like the help of others. I think it kind of boils down to like your purpose and your why, right? What do you believe God has called you to do on this earth? And if that's part of what you feel like you're meant to do, that's like part of following the purpose that we feel like God has given us. So it's not just like, even if it hurts me, I'm gonna do this for the world. It's like aligned with your purpose, but just trying to find balance in how you manage that, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, I kind of want to insert myself a little bit.
Please, y'all are talking too much.
No. I just wanted to mention a vital thing because we started dating in 2014 and we created our channel in 2014. Which means YouTube and our relationship just kind of was like coexisted, which is why our wedding was super YouTube and social media based. Like that might be weird to other people, but it was just like a part of our story. So when Matt thought about giving up Slice and Rinse or stopping it, you can imagine that felt like we were literally breaking up, or I guess when you're married, it's called, what's the D word? I don't like to say the word. I don't want to put it out there, but literally like, it felt like he was like breaking up with me or something. And he reminded me like it wasn't personal like that, but that's how it felt and I couldn't separate the two. So that was a really dark time in my life because I felt like I was like kind of losing a part of our relationship. And so like, I was like crying. Like I feel like for most people, it's like, okay, give up a channel, you move on to something. But I just felt like if we give up the channel, we're giving up our relationship. That's honestly just how it felt at that time.
Yeah, our relationship is weird in the sense of because everything that we put on here, outside of like the skits, of course, everything that we put on here, trying food, our vlogs, it's so real. When we do something for the first time in the video, that's literally our first time doing that
together.
So it was like, hey, we're dating and we're just hitting the record button. And like we're forgetting that the camera is even there. So all of these experiences, these are us dating. So it's like, how do you do that? So I can understand when it's like, hey, we're not going to do this. It's like, well, how are we going to spend time with each other?
Which can be good, which can be good and bad.
Yeah.
Right. Like the good is fun, but the bad is very obvious. Like you don't want your relationship to just solely rely on what you've done on social media instead. It's like a weird balance for sure.
Yeah, that's something that we're trying to actively work on too, of like more experiences off camera, which we have been doing.
Yes. Which brings us to our next question. Do you guys regret not making videos about your kids? And the reason why it's a good segue is because we basically documented our whole relationship on our channel.
And marriage.
And marriage.
The
And pregnancy. So it's like, all of a sudden, there's a huge chunk of our life that we're not posting.
Yeah, we were pretty adamant about this, like, since, like,
before we
2017.
Even had kids. Before we even got married.
Yeah, like, 2017, 2018. We kind of, like, told y'all, like, nah, this is the Slice and Rice show. You know what I'm saying? But again, we can't hide our kids, too. So trying to balance a way to protect them while also still being real and filming ourselves. We're still trying to figure out a lot of ways, but no, I don't regret it. A lot of people looking at it is like, hey, your channel could have really exploded if you would have added Jerry and Solomon to your videos.
We're very aware. We know that our videos, honestly, after pregnancy, we started filming them. I think that would have been the next step to like our channel blowing up, probably. I know that sounds weird, but like people love kids.
Yeah. For me, the main reason was just being aware of like how I think and where my creativity comes from. I didn't want to walk around looking at my kids like, what can I film of you? And by any means, this is not a shot to like any other creators because everyone's family is different. I'm just telling you how we think, how I think. And it's nice to just separate being parents with the work stuff because you guys are already getting me and Glory's marriage in videos, and it's right for us to be selfish about stuff. But we wanted to also like make it a point like we ain't want to like straight hide. Like
I'm not necessarily trying to blur their faces out because I feel like, you know, when you bring attention to something by trying to like hide it. Can I give you like a dumb example? I'm sorry. How many photos do you see on Instagram where someone takes a selfie in a mirror and they're like, sorry about my dirty mirror, I need to clean it. And then after you read the caption, you're like, I didn't know you had a dirty mirror until you brought attention to it. Anyways.
We do see a lot of comments like, where's the kids? Or I unsubscribe because y'all not showing your kids and all of that.
Which is crazy, but I mean
it's fair. I do feel bad of like leading a lot of you guys on with the pregnancy series, and then
I do feel bad about that.
We had the baby and then y'all don't really see him. But I mean, we post them on social media.
We just don't overpost, and we don't act like we don't have kids either. I think it's like a fine balance. It's a weird day and age. Our lives right now are literally 100 times different than what our parents grew up with. No social media, so. You know, people posting them, people not posting them. It's just such a new thing that like you got to give grace to like all sides of it because it's like we're all still learning, but it's just our journey.
Yeah. So no, we don't regret it, and yes, we knew early on that we would take a huge hit with growing an audience, views, and even money and sponsorships.
Okay, so all that being said, how much longer do we think we'll do this?
10 years, man. That's like. A lot of y'all started watching us when y'all was like 12, 14. Y'all like 24 now. Like
we get comments like you said this morning, like, I remember watching you guys when I was a kid. I'm like, what?
I know, it was like kids. I'm like, dang. And we had a lot of kids that grew up watching us and everything. So a lot of the conversations we're having now is like fizzling out things. You know, back then, like it was like cool saying like, hey, what's up, ninjas? Which was very controversial, but that's because if you didn't know us, I could see why that's controversial. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all that it's literally.
Wait.
Look, I didn't even mean to, but I don't know how many times I gotta say this channel is my inner thoughts of things that I personally like, and Glory just kind of roll with it.
I know. I was like, wait, what do I have to do with this?
I know. She just kind of rolled with this. I came up with the name Slice and Rice. The reason why I said, what's up, ninjas, wasn't because I was trying to make a universally accepted word. It was because I love Ninja Turtles. I love pizza. Pizza and Ninja Turtles, they love eating pizza. Like that, it's not deeper than that. It really isn't deeper. And if I could go back in time and think like, hey, the world is not going to connect Ninja Turtles with Slice and Rice the way it is, honestly, I probably would have changed it. But it was so innocent thinking that I was just like, hey, this is what I love. And I just think it's cool to like create a community and call everyone ninjas. This day and age, everyone is sensitive. So it's just like, I can.
Everyone is sensitive.
Like, yeah.
So true.
So it's like, yeah, our older videos, like we did go super hard with jokes. We scaled back so much.
Which I don't love.
I hate it.
It's like, why
but it's
you
just
gotta
like
scale
everybody's
back?
sad, man. Like we gotta build y'all like Not y'all, but like we gotta build the world's shell up a little harder because nothing is.
You can't say anything. You can't even be silent because someone will accuse you of like. You can't say anything and you can't do nothing either. It's just
you can't say anything. You can't do anything. But that was like a huge segue of like how long.
Yeah, what was the question? Oh yeah.
I was like, how long we gonna be doing this?
We don't have like a time limit, but.
We're trying to diversify and create new experience and also growing with our audience too. A lot of changes more towards adult related like topics and things, but still trying to keep that essence of comedy. And
yeah, because that's always a part of who we are.
Yeah. And then I guess the announcement we've been working on for the past 2 years.
Like, which is weird because I don't know why it's taking us this long, but...
Before the end of the year, and I guess since I'm saying it, we have to do it. Before the end of the year, we will have a podcast. Y'all been asking for it since we did One for the Brooks back in 2018.
Which, by the way, it's not going to be called One for Brooks. We're not going to share the name, but I love it. You guys told us in DMs and in the comments like, yo, I would love to listen to you guys while I'm at work, long hours and everything. So if you are a member on YouTube, which it's only $1, we will probably be putting up some test episodes. It won't be like the actual show, but it will be us figuring out a rhythm, how we want to do things, and just getting like feedback and critiques, because that's the best way. At least that's how I operate. That's the best way I can be a better creator. Yeah. It's like you give critiques, not roasts. Like, I hate this video, but it's just like, hey, this wasn't as funny as I like it to be, or I wish I did a little bit more. Want longer, shorter, but we also, I feel like some teasers will go on there too.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah.
Our podcast, once it goes live, and I think the live date will probably be closer in December when y'all all stuck in the house because of snow everywhere. We'll have a separate channel for that.
Yeah. Can you believe in our 10 years of being on YouTube, basically, we have not had a second channel?
Yeah, it was like the podcast channel, and we have another channel up in the air that we're thinking about doing, which is like gaming and random stuff.
Like whatever, what would you guys want? I mean, yeah, we want your feedback. Like, what would you want more, or do you want both? Like, what is it that you want?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was like any closing thoughts. I mean,
closing question.
Oh yeah, closing questions and thoughts.
Baby number 3.
Oh, whoa! Oh, my neck. My neck, I'm getting older. Sorry. My eyes.
You know that's a question that is on people's minds.
We're waiting. So it's like when we had Jerry, that was like in 2020, and then we waited a year, and then we had Psalm
in 2022.
Yeah, so it's like I just think that it's important to like really invest our time in the kids we have right now, while also juggling work. Once we're ready to have 3, there's a strong chance that we'll
try one more time.
End at 4. Like, it's stopping at 4.
Which is the compromise. Y'all know I wanted at least 6.
No, you said it was 8.
Yeah, I said at least.
But that was like a running joke. We don't want like too many kids.
I do. I feel like the fuller the house, the fuller your life.
Yeah, but I'm all big about making sure that each kid feels like special. And I don't want them competing for attention from us.
Yeah.
And I think I would be too overwhelmed if there was way too many kids. And I'm like trying to make sure that I'm offering equal valuable time to all of our children.
Yes.
And it's like we have 2 kids now, and I'm already thinking.
It's great though.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
They're like beating each other up, having fun. Like,
I mean, come on, anyone that has, they're like basically 2 years apart, 2 boys. Oh my, like I literally am so grateful, and like this is as many kids as I want. It's still, we're gonna wait because just them 2 growing up together right now is just like a dream come true. Like their age gap and everything is just like.
I love it. Hopefully y'all enjoying like these multiple uploads throughout the week.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, we've basically been doing 2 videos a week. And I think we can keep up with it.
Well, the issue was, it's like because we haven't been uploading,
people forgot.
y'all forgot about us. Y'all forgot how dope we were. So now it's like, we gotta reintroduce ourselves and like remind y'all who we is. I'm just warming up, all right? I'm like going back on court, shooting my shots, you know what I'm saying? And then once I get in that comfortable spot, we dropping banger after banger after banger. Just be with us, walk with us as I'm, getting comfortable again.
Getting jiggy with it.
Mentally.
Yes, I'm so proud of Matt.
I'm proud of you. You held it down.
Thank you, baby.
in 2024 is gonna be ridiculous.
It's gonna be our year.
It's gonna be ridiculous. Yo, just thank y'all from the OG ninjas for rocking with us since 2014 and beyond.
We see you. We see the people that be like, I've been here before you dated.
Y'all have no idea how much y'all like impacted and changed our life. Like, it don't feel that way, but you sacrificing your time just to watch our content changes so much in our life, and we just want to thank y'all.
Thank you, and especially if you comment, and because I'd be like, especially you're a lurker, but I have a lot of people I watch and I won't even comment. Like, so if you take the time to comment and just to let us know like how long you've been watching and supporting, like that really means the world to us.
And checking on me. Like, I see in the DMs the Xbox messages of y'all just saying.
Oh, even an Xbox?
Yes, even the people that like just hop in on my live streams on my gaming channel, and these aren't plugs. They sound so pluggy. You don't have to, but y'all just stop in real quick just to check on my mental health, and then you're like, you're good. All right, you're good. And then you bounce out. Like, that's what family feels like, and y'all are family, and I just really, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
So thank y'all.
And let us know if you enjoy this style, because I know I do when people upload videos like this. So I hope all your juicy questions were answered, and the battery about to die. So we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.